Hello, sports fans. It's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke, with another Islanders update. So, when we last left you, the Islanders had won 11 of their last 12 games, and the loss that they had was an overtime loss. So they still got a point. So they were on a 12-game point streak that was uninterrupted. Gotten at least 1 point, 12 straight games. Then, a few nights ago, they beat the Maple Leafs by the score of 5-4. They extended their record at that time to 13-3-1, and they extended their point streak to 14 games. Or no, excuse me, 13. 13 games? 11, yes, I think 13 games. So they had won, at that point when they had beaten Pittsburgh, I think they had won 12 of their last 13 and lost one in overtime. And they beat the Maple Leafs 5-4. In that game for the Leafs, goals were scored by Kapanen, Nylander, Tavares, our good friend, John Tavares, and Hall. And for the Islanders, goals were scored by Barzal, Bolivier, Brassard, and Cizikas, and Bolivier had 2 in that game, which would be a little bit of foreshadowing for the next game. So anyway, they ended up winning that game. Frederik Andersen had stopped 25 of 29 shots for Toronto, and Varlamov had stopped 23 of 27, and we got a win. Then last night, on the 15th of the 16th, on the 16th of November, if you're watching this video like months from now, the Islanders played the Flyers. And after 2 periods, the Islanders were losing that game 3-0. But they came back to win. They scored 3 goals in the 3rd period, and then they scored they won the game in the shootout phase, which extended their streak to having a point in 13 of the last 14 games, and their record went to 14-3-1. So the Islanders, my friend, are rolling. They're on a roll. In that game, and by the way, in that game, goals were scored by the Flyers by Couturier, Oscar Lindblom, and Provorov. And goals were scored by, 1 goal was scored by Barzal, and Bolivier had 2, and then they had a goal in the shootout. So Bolivier, in the last 2 games, he's got 4 goals. So he's being big on offense for us. In net, Elliott stopped 33 of 36 shots, and Greiss stopped 28 of 31 shots. So, good game by Greiss, at least a decent game. I'm not so happy with the 3 goals allowed in the first 2 periods, but you got to take what you got. So anyway, they made it work, and they came back, and they won the game, and they got 2 points there. So, in the last 14 games, the Islanders only have a single loss, and that loss was in overtime, so they still managed to get a point. So they got a 14-point goal, or a 14-point, or a 14 consecutive game point streak going. So the Islanders are really kicking it, and I'm loving it. So the Islanders, man, they look for real. I don't know what the Washington fans are thinking now about the fact that they let Trotz walk, but probably was not a great idea, was it? So anyway, and I like seeing Tavares being on a team that's quickly falling apart at the seams now, when he could have stayed in New York and gotten more money than Toronto was giving him, because the Islanders were going to give him more money than Toronto gave him. But he wanted to go back home. Okay, well, you're home, buddy, and you're not doing well. So, so that's nice to see. So anyway, I just wanted to give you that Islanders update, because I am loving my Islanders. They are smoking. I mean, they are chugging along. And, I mean, 14 games. 14 games without a regulation loss. That's crazy. I mean, that's just crazy talk. But it's good. I mean, they've got to be on one of the best streaks in the NHL. If not the best streak, it's got to be the second best. So anyway, what do you guys think? You like my Islanders? You impressed with how they're doing? Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. If you think that they should be doing better, I don't know how you could think that, though. Give me a thumbs down. You can leave a comment that says, no, they should have won that one game that they lost. But anyway, I mean, they're just kicking it. So, well, I'd be very interested to hear what the other hockey fans think. Do you think this is for real? You think the Islanders are for real? I do. I mean, earlier in the streak, I was like, yeah, it's a great streak, but I don't know. I don't know if they really, if this is really them, but I think it is. So, I mean, that's not to say they won't lose again, but I think this is really them. I think they're kicking it, and I think they're definitely headed to the playoffs. And they might be one of the highest seeds in the Eastern Division. So maybe they'll even win the Metro. I don't know. We'll see. Washington's good. Washington's really good. So I think it's going to be tough to unseat Washington for the lead of the Metro. But I think it's possible based on what I'm seeing. So anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on the process, on what's going on. And this, again, here's my contact information, my Twitter, my Instagram, my email. Drop me a line. Always willing to talk to fans, always willing to talk to hockey fans on a hockey-related video and see what you guys think, because really, I am definitely not an authority on hockey, but I know enough to know that the Islanders are for real. So anyway, it's Sportsman Z, Bob Zuhlke, checking out.